guys met Eric? Not too sure. Now that I've got some measurements on the chassis of where I want the roll cage, luckily here at Enjukuracing, we have programs and software that we're able to input the data to be able to help us create roll cages easier. So I'm going to go ahead and take all this data I have, throw it in the program, and hopefully be able to come up with some bars that I need to go ahead and bend. Now, I'm going to need to triangulate. So now that I figured out the angles and the lengths of the bars that I'm going to need to go ahead and get the tube started on this, I'm going to go ahead and grab some tube, cut it, and see what it turns out like, and hopefully fit some in the front here. Now I've got this bar cut and bent. Let's go ahead and get it in the chassis. Hopefully it fits. We won't have to make too many adjustments to it. So I've gone ahead and fitted this bar in here. It's just a rough fitment right now. As you can see, I've already boxed this section in. I didn't choose to cut all the way back to the firewall. I kept this piece of the outside rail on. I kind of like that it was factory braced in this area. And what I did is I went ahead and got some plates, had them welded to the outside, and actually per suggestions of Tommy, I left this plate open here so that I can actually fit this bar in. I would have just capped the end off and then I would have had nothing to really work with, but he told me to leave it open, smart man. So I've left it open. This area right here, I actually chose not to chop all this off so I can use some of the factory points for reference points. So I've left this area right here because I knew that's where I wanted my bar to actually sit. Right now it's hitting a few of the other pieces that I left on here. So what I'm gonna do is trim a couple of these areas out so that I know the bar is sitting where I want it to be, using this divot here as its resting point, and then hopefully it will sit exactly where I want, which is great because we only did this in one bend, in one shot. Then if it all fits perfectly, I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate the bar, get it on the other side, trim the other edges off, and use that same reference point I left on that side to go ahead and fit, make sure these are at the same point. So my first step is to get these plates on, welded, and my first step is I'm gonna use this bar. As I mentioned earlier, it's gonna be under the factory radiated height, and I just really want to get these done first so I can mount this here. I've already written down the angle. I'm gonna slightly pitch it more forward than where it was originally, just because it looks cooler and it actually gives me more room on the back side for bigger fans. So I've already got this all figured out for angle. Get these welded in, grind them down, make this fit nice. Hopefully I get it straight and move on to the next bar from there and work my way back up to the shock towers. Sweating. I'm in shorts and I'm still sweating, and this jacket and sweating, and gloves and sweating, and heat, hot, sweating, sweating. Got a lot of MIG wire down here. Got these plates on this corner. Essentially, I just have to repeat this process here, 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 and then I can go ahead and get some bars on and start fitting those. I think I'm gonna call it a night for tonight. It's too hot. It's hot. It's hot.